Why do you think Tupac was influential for that?
Wow, that's a good one. So a lot of people over the years have
Mysterious and a bit
misstated
unsettling.
facts in regards to why
What to
Tupac
do?
was doing that, because a lot of the information that was available wasn't available to most of the people that were even around him at that time. So people were talking about Tupac was he was going to leave Death Row. Like I said, we already said.
Well, my feet didn't turn into beads. That's a good start.
There was no real need to really dig deep. So Tupac at that particular time, when you go back to Me Against the World, you would see that they didn't really have any songs left over from that period in time when he was doing. They probably had a few, but not as many as they did when he came to Death Row. Tupac being having recorded 3 more albums for Interscope. Basically, Tupac probably should have only recorded around 40 songs. You know what I mean? When you deal with a 3 album, but he's recorded upwards of 150 songs. So from that perspective, that just goes to show you that he was in a different mindset. And I'm going to tell you the reason and the facts behind that mindset. Left prison before Tupac came to Death Row.
Incendio.
They didn't know whether Tupac was going to agree to be under the same umbrella when, Interscope being the distributor of Death Row, right? So it all worked
Troll.
So
You can't be serious.
Sure whether Tupac was going to agree to come and record under the Death Row name. So, but they did. In the second time, when they went back to see him, so they came back and they had this paperwork right here. See how it changed? See, this is that legal and binding thing. Right. This is the stuff that when you handle your business and you covering all the P's and Q's and dotting your I's and crossing your T's, this is what they bring to the table, right? So now, what you got to understand is, in dealing with this fact, on this situation and dealing with Tupac, you got to understand Tupac had to knock out
A sarcophagus. That should reverse the curse.
this agreement right
Hopefully.
here contains a power of attorney. So he was granting Interscope at death row. You don't mention Suge Knight in here. Once again, I told you that Interscope Atlantic then paid his bail. This is the bail. This is the actual agreement that Tupac had to sign. But most importantly in this agreement, there was one paragraph that was more important than anything that Tupac could ever think of or see in Tupac's career that most people didn't know at the time. So that's why I said a lot of people came out with misinformation. And it says, and I'm going to read, in connection with such a sign.
Well, Marmaduke certainly left behind more than plants.
And that's out the gutter records. So most people didn't know. Tupac was Suge Knight, but Suge Knight was Suge Knight. He had his own record label, which was out the gutter records. That's what Me Against the World was releasing. So he had his own label already. Let's be clear about that. But it says, in connection with such assignment, Shakur and ODG Records hereby each grants to Interscope a power of attorney, irrevocable and coupled with an interest to execute on the behalf of Tupac Shakur and ODG Records any and all such documents necessary to effectuate such assignment. How? So that basically says that until they got their money back, right, they were able to do whatever they needed to do with and so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? That's the most powerful thing in all of this in dealing with death row. So when you deal with that fact, that's the reason why Tupac was very to get it done, because Tupac wanted power of attorney back. He knew what he signed, but everybody else didn't know what he signed. So then you get to, okay, well, you know, he was under death row. Like I said, I told you, no, once again. And so on the other spectrum of what that was and what was really going on, check this out. I'm going to show you, read to you right now, how they
Lumos.
Suge Knight, it never intended for Tupac even to ever even have a contract with death row. And it says, in this agreement right here, this is another agreement. This is the bail guarantee, right? The corporate guarantee. This is a picture of the corporate guarantee. But on the last sentence of this agreement,
Should have known a herbologist would use devil's snare.
This is from Interscope Records, right? So on the last page of this agreement, it basically reads, it says, listen to this. So we never have this conversation again. So when people look at the art of dialogue, they know that you come.
Samantha will be glad to hear that the crest has been returned.
Speculation right here,
I certainly hope it reverses the curse.
It says, except as specifically modified herein, the recording agreement shall be unaffected and shall remain in full force and effect. What agreement is that? That's the agreement with Interscope Records. It was never to change. Tupac was only under the banner of Death Row. Like I said, Death Row didn't even cut royalty checks. Interscope did. The marketing and promotion came from Interscope. All of those things. So like I said, at the end of the day, you know, you have it here, Art. That's the reason why Tupac was working so hard to get out of that
I'm happy to tell you that I returned the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus just as you asked.
I thought as much. I received word from St. Mungo's that my brother's feet are back to normal. No more beats. Oh, I cannot thank you enough. It wasn't too much trouble, I hope.
As you can see, the relationship.
Well, there was a troll in the tomb.
A troll? Oh dear, I'm so sorry, that's awful. No one has been in that tomb for centuries. But I can't say I'm surprised. Marmaduke seems to have been full of surprises.
Indeed he was.
Well, I suppose I should be going. I'm anxious to see my brother, who must be elated to have his feet back.
Of course. I certainly would be.
William and I are forever in your debt.
You know, like I said once again, man,
Thank you again for what you did.
These documents actually